Typhoon Yagi is an incredibly powerful storm as it heads off towards China currently, where it is the biggest threat to Hainan Island since Typhoon Ramasun in 2014. Based by our analysis, Yagi currently has winds of 145 miles per hour and a pressure of 929 millibars. It's moving west 7 miles per hour. Here is Yagi's current position at 19.1 degrees north, 116 degrees east. It is approaching China with a landfall expected tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow night. Here is our forecast for Yagi. We have it becoming a Category 5 fairly soon here, probably within the next 12 hours. Peaking with winds likely of 165 miles per hour, making a Category 5 landfall is what we're expecting. Moving into the Gulf of Tonkin as a Category 4, likely making landfall in Indochina as a Category 2, moving inland and dissipating. Here is Yagi's current wind field. It is not huge. It's a fairly normal sized storm, but the main threat from Yagi, I believe, is the storm surge. I'm not 100% sure. I might have to check that, but I think it's the storm surge. Here's what the other agencies are going with. We're going with 145. JMA, JTWC, and GFS all going with 140 miles per hour at this time, although looking at satellite imagery, it's probably stronger than that. And Force 13, which I do not believe have updated their stream recently, has it at 130 miles per hour. But they'll probably be updating that sometime soon. But let's go ahead and move on to the satellite imagery and the GFS. Here is Yagi on the satellite imagery. You can see well-defined spiral banding in the storm with a very clear visible eye on satellite imagery in the center of the storm, which has been progressing itself. The eye is starting to look better, and the overall structure and convection of the storm does look very good too. The cloud cover of the storm is quite large, I will say that too, reaching from the north central Philippines all the way over to Hainan Island, so quite large, and there's actually quite a bit of convection blowing up near Hainan Island from Yagi at the very beginning of the frame. But this is a very, very powerful typhoon that is expected to make a Category 5 landfall. So people in Hainan Island need to be taking this very, very seriously. And I'm saying this is going to be a 155 mile an hour peak minimum. Here is the GFS. We have the other imagery for the GFS because the main one's broken. But peaking here at 930 millibars, what the GFS is predicting. Also at the beginning, they have it at only 959. It is almost certainly much, much stronger. Peaking at 930, it's already probably stronger than that. But making landfall in China here around 946 millibars, which would be a high-end Category 3. That's not debatable. This is probably going to be at least a Category 4 at landfall. Let's go straight to satellite imagery. Satellite imagery, this is Yagi. You can see the first frame. The eye hadn't fully cleared itself out. It had clouds still technically in the eye, but now it has. But the eye has began to develop itself much more better. Cloud tops are still very, very high into the minus 80s. And the storm overall just looks very, very good. No doubts in my mind this is going to be a Category 5 at peak intensity. Most agencies are going with a Category 5 at peak intensity. Last I checked, Force 13 is going with 165. JMA and JWC aren't, but I wouldn't be surprised if they upgraded theirs at their 5 p.m. advisory, which technically has already released. They just haven't publicly released it. But the storm is looking very, very good, and I can tell you from experience, I see with hurricanes, when the eye starts doing that kind of motion where it's like a straight line and it starts spinning in a circle, that means it's about to start. That means it's about to fully clear that thing out. I've seen that many times. It happened with Gamey. It happened with not Maria, Beryl. It happened with Olga, Angrek, all those storms earlier this year. It happened. Jungu happened with that one too. That, and also just from other personal experience, like, and also the new frame update right there. You see what I'm talking about? This is a Category 4 right now, 100%. But this is a major threat to Hainan Island. If it jogs south, it could make a direct landfall on Hainan Island. But this is the biggest threat to the Hainan Islands and like kind of that area of China since Typhoon Ramasun 10 years ago in July of 2014, and that made landfall at 180 miles an hour by our analysis. Officially only 160, but JTWC is stupid. But if this gets up to 180 miles an hour in the next 24 hours, that there is nothing that we can do for southern China at that point. There's nothing we can do if it gets up to 180 miles an hour, like Remasun did. I can never say that name. I don't know why. But that's it for the update. We will probably have another short update and definitely a tropical weather bulletin tonight. There will be a tropical weather bulletin tonight. But until then, like, subscribe, goodbye.